People love putting you in a box. And that's like the hardest part about this job is that, are you okay with staying in this box? Or do you decide to work hard and get out of the box, or stand up for yourself and be who you are? I'm Josielyn Aguilera. I was born in Mexico, Uruapan, Michoacan, and I am an actress and a model. If I were to start the beginning of my story, I feel like I would start it as any good story. Once upon a time, there was a little kid with dreams of becoming a star, and they had trouble being themselves. But luckily, with the love and support of their family, they got to grow up to be this amazing, beautiful woman and venture off into new land and new adventures. I just remember not understanding why me and my sister were so different from the other kids. You know, I just remember I just wanted to play and meet new kids. I just remember trying to do my best learning English and being a good kid in school because I didn't want to be different from all the other kids. But definitely there was a big major divide from all the other kids in school, and I felt excluded, as a little Latin kid in America. So I've always known that I was trans ever since I was little. I've always known that I wanted to be a girl ever since that I could remember. The earliest memory that I have since I was a little kid is every year on my birthday cook, wishing that I would wake up as a girl the next day. When I came out to my mom, I was 15, and she was super supportive and understanding and loving, and I was surprised because coming from a very Mexican background, a lot of Mexican culture isn't as accepting or as understanding for trans people or LGBT people. And I remember I was really scared coming out to my family, and telling my mom was the first big step, and my mom was super, super supportive, and that made me feel so happy and so grateful that I got a mom like her who was understanding and was able to just love me as I was. My uncle, he was the closest father figure to me and my sister, and I remember I was really nervous telling him, because he was also a very strong Mexican man, very macho, and I remember I was so terrified to come up to him and to come out to him because I wasn't sure how he was going to react. Sat him down and we were at the dining table, and I was like, I need to talk to you, Tío. I need to tell you something. And I told him who I was and that I wanted to be a girl and I wanted to be me, the real me. And I remember I was so nervous, and I remember he took a pause. Then he gets up and he gives me the biggest hug, and he just looks at me and he says, okay, great. And he tells me, so what are we gonna call you? And instantly, without skipping a beat, he goes, Joseline. And in that moment, that was who I was meant to be. From the moment that the name Joseline came out of his lips, I knew that that was me. I always wanted to be an actor ever since I was little. I was always a part of plays and theater and wanting to be the center of attention. I've always felt film and movies and TV could really change the way that we see the world. And if there's a way that we can express more love and more acceptance in a film or a movie or a show, I feel that could definitely change the way that we express love and acceptance in the world. I do love playing trans roles. I think it's so much fun to just be able to show that representation in film and the media and TV and everything. But I wish that there were more positive trans roles out there. You know, I wish that it was just more about a character who is going through the ups and downs of life, and who's going through heartbreaks, who's going through drama, you know, who's going through a big life change, and just so happen that they're trans. You know, that's like another thing that is a part of the story, but isn't the main story or isn't the main focus. And I think that in today's world, we need more of that. People love putting you in a box. And that's like the hardest part about this job, is that, are you okay with staying in this box? Or do you decide to work hard and get out of the box, or stand up for yourself and be who you are? And I feel like I'd rather be who I am. I'd rather be all of me, you know, and that being Latina, that being a trans girl, that being a loud person. I'd rather be all of these things than just be stuck in a little box of like, I'm a trans woman or I'm a Latina woman. And that doesn't feel right with me.